Today we are learning about the circumference and area of a circle, as well as arc length and area of a sector. So a circle is the locus of the points in a plane that are a fixed distance from a point called the center of your circle. A circle is named by the symbol of a circle with a dot in it and its center. So we'd have circle A over here, and our radii, our different radiuses would be AD, AC, and AB, and they're all segments. And the diameter would be CD. And pi is the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. Our formula for circumference is 2 pi r. You could also use pi times d. And r is your radius, d is your diameter. I will tend to use 2 pi r for the most part. Formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So our first example, we want to find the area of circle P in terms of pi. So remember, our formula for area of circle is pi r squared. We have our diameter here at 16. And to find our radius, we need to divide 16 by 2, and that is 8. And then we plug our radius in, so we have pi 8 squared. So we'd have 8 squared, which is 64, and pi centimeters squared. Yes, we leave the pi because it asks in terms of pi. We are not going to type in 3.14 or press the pi button. Our next one, we want to find the radius of circle X, in which the circumference is 24 pi. So remember that the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. And we can plug that 24 pi in for the circumference. So we have 24 pi equaling 2 pi r. We're going to divide by 2 pi. We know the pi's cancel out automatically because they're the same on both sides, and 24 divided by 2 is 12 centimeters for our radius. Our next one, we want to find the radius of circle S, in which the area is equal to 9 pi centimeters squared. So remember, the formula for area is pi r squared, and we're going to plug 9 pi in for the area. So you have 9 pi equaling pi r squared, and the pi's cancel out, so we have 9 equaling r squared. Take the square root of both sides, so we have 3 centimeters equaling our radius. Next up, a drum kit contains a drum with a diameter of 10 inches. Find the area of the top of the drum in terms of pi. So we know our diameter is 10 inches. We need to divide 10 by 2 to get our radius, and that's 5 inches. And the formula for area is pi r squared. So we're going to plug that 5 in for r. So we've got pi 5 squared. And 5 squared is 25. So we've got 25 pi inches squared. Now I know some of you are probably wondering how you're typing pi in on the computer. It would be 25, and then pi for pi, space, and then inches, in, your caret for your exponent, and then 2. Next up, we're going to look at area of a sector, and we find area of a sector by multiplying the area of a circle by the fraction of the angle over 360 degrees, because they're 360 degrees in a circle. Okay, so this is what a sector looks like. It looks like a piece of pie. So we're going to take the measure of the angle over 360 degrees and multiply it by the area of the circle, pi r squared. So that's what we want to do on our next 2 examples and find our answer in terms of pi. So we have our radius of 3 and our angle measure is 80. So we're again going to use this formula, the measure of our angle over 360 times pi r squared. So 80 divided by 360 times pi 3 squared. Now 3 squared is 9, and 80 divided by 360 gets you 2/9. And 2/9 times 9 is 2. So we've got 2 pi inches squared for our area for this sector. We're going to use the same formula to find the area of our next sector. So measure of our angle over 360 times pi r squared. Measure of our angle is 120 over 360 times pi times our radius, which is 6 squared. And 120 over 360 reduces to 1/3, and 6 squared is 36. And then 36 divided by 3 is 12. So we've got 12 pi centimeters squared. Yes, pi will be part of your answer for nearly all of your answers today. So next up, we're going to look at arc length. So arc length is doing the same thing that the area of sector did. It's multiplying your measure of your angle over 360 times your circumference this time, unlike the area of sector, which was multiplying by the area. So to find the arc length of a circle, you're going to take the measure of your angle over 360 times 2 pi r. So we're going to take, again, the measure of our angle over 360 times 2 times pi times our radius. Our measure for our angle on this one is 90. So 90 divided by 360 times 2 pi times our radius, which is 10. 90 over 360 reduces to 1/4, and 2 times 10 is 20, and 1/4 times 20, or 20 divided by 4, is 5. So we've got 5 pi feet. And our last one, we want to find an arc with a measure of 35 degrees in a circle with a radius of 3 inches. So again, we're going to use the formula, measure of our angle over 360 times 2 times pi times our radius. So the measure of our angle is 35 degrees over 360 times 2 times pi, when our radius is 3. So 35 over 360 reduces to 770 seconds. And 2 times 3 is 6. 770 seconds times 6 is 7/12. So we have 7/12 pi inches. Again, I do recommend writing down your formula. If you need to, label what you have and then plug it in